Hey developers, welcome to Devcovery. Today, we're bringing you the hottest open source projects trending on GitHub, so you don't miss any tech developments worth your attention.
Today, we're taking a deep dive into a trending project on GitHub, GitNexus, a zero-server code intelligence engine that runs entirely in your browser. It transforms any GitHub repository into an interactive knowledge graph, complete with an AI agent for exploration. This client-side tool is changing how we understand and navigate new codebases without any back-end setup. AI code assistants are becoming a standard part of the developer toolkit, but they have a dangerous habit. They often introduce subtle, breaking changes. Why does this happen? The problem isn't the AI's logic. It's that the AI is blind. It lacks a true nervous system for the codebase it's editing, a map of every dependency and every consequence of a change. And that's exactly the problem a project called GitNexus from developer abhigyanpatwari sets out to solve. What is it? GitNexus is a zero-server code intelligence engine that builds a complete knowledge graph of your code, all on the client side. This graph gives AI agents the deep architectural awareness they've been missing. You can tell developers are feeling this pain because the project's growth is explosive. It has already gathered over 23,400 stars, with more than 850 of those added in just the last day. This signals a huge demand for a solution. The core issue is simple. AI assistants, for all their power, work with a very limited field of view. An AI might see a single function, but it's often completely blind to the 47 other parts of the system that depend on it. Before a tool like GitNexus, developers were stuck with a frustrating choice. They could either double-check every single line of AI-generated code, which defeats the purpose of automation, or they could risk shipping subtle, cascading failures. The unique insight behind GitNexus is to build what it calls a nervous system for agent context. It pre-analyzes the entire codebase to give the AI structured intelligence, not just a mountain of raw data. The design philosophy of GitNexus is called precomputed relational intelligence. Think of it this way. Traditional methods might give an AI a raw map and just ask it to find its own way. GitNexus, in contrast, acts as an expert local guide. Its multi-stage indexing pipeline uses tree-sitter parsers to analyze code in over a dozen languages. It resolves dependencies and even traces execution flows, creating a highly detailed knowledge graph. The architecture itself is a clever hybrid. For heavy-duty local work, a native CLI built on Node.js gives maximum performance. But for a quick analysis or exploring a public repo, a WebAssembly version runs the entire engine right inside the browser, keeping all your code private. The real linchpin, however, is the Model Context Protocol, or MCP. This is a standard interface that gives smart tools to AI agents. So, instead of an AI making dozens of blind guesses, it can make a single targeted call to a tool like impact and get back a structured report on the blast radius of a potential change. So, what does this look like in practice? A developer could use the GitNexus CLI to integrate with an AI assistant like Cursor or Claude Code. When they ask the AI to refactor a function, the AI now has access to GitNexus's tools. This ensures it won't accidentally break some distant dependency. An architect could just drag a zipped codebase into the web UI and get a high-level architectural overview in minutes, with zero setup required. Teams can even use its impact analysis during code reviews to get an objective measure of the risk in a pull request. Getting started is designed to be simple, with a no-install web version and an easy-to-use CLI command. Now, while there aren't a lot of direct user testimonials collected, the community's actions speak volumes. The project's GitHub page shows off several community-built integrations. These include plugins for other development tools and new deployment workflows. This shows an active ecosystem is already forming around GitNexus. Developers are choosing to build on top of its foundation, which is a powerful vote of confidence in its utility and design. Of course, no tool is a perfect solution. The intelligence of GitNexus is fundamentally tied to the quality of its tree-sitter parsers. This means less common languages or brand new syntax might not be analyzed as deeply. The browser-based version, while incredibly convenient, can run into memory limitations on very large codebases. Furthermore, Its precomputed intelligence depends on heuristics to identify common patterns. For highly unconventional or dynamic projects, these assumptions might not hold up, which could lead to giving the AI agent an incomplete picture. In the end, GitNexus is not just another code analysis tool. It represents a foundational piece of infrastructure. It's designed to elevate AI from being a clever text generator into a truly context-aware development partner. It directly addresses the single greatest weakness of AI coding assistants today.
That's all for today's Devcovery. We hope these GitHub trending projects spark some inspiration for your development work. You can find all the repos mentioned in the description below. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. See you tomorrow at the same time.